So then continuing from the previous video wherein we discussed about the outpatient department and the inpatient department, we had discussed about the ward. Okay, so coming ahead in that topic itself, so the next point is, so the distance that is considered from the bed of the patient to the water closet. Okay, WC means water closet or toilet. So toilet can also be called as the WC or water closet. So the distance that is kept from the bed of the patient till the water closet or the toilet, so that is 12 meter. Okay, so and then considering the next size, that is the working room of the nurse, we need to consider. We all know that in one particular floor of the hospital, so there will be a working room, that is the nurse, 2-3 nurse will be there standing or sitting and doing some work. So there will be like a cabin like structure, so that is called working room of the nurse. So from the working room of the nurse, the last bed on that floor, so that should be at farthest bed, we can say it should be 20 meter. Okay, right from the working cabinet or the working room of the nurse, in that particular floor, the farthest bed that can be placed in any room, it can be the farthest room, the length from the working room of the nurse to the farthest bed, so that is standardized at the 20 meter. Then going with the noise level, so it is very important that the surroundings of the hospital and also within the hospital, silence should be maintained as far as possible. So surrounding the hospital area, so the noise level, you can see it should be, or it can be within 40 decibel to 50 decibel region within the daytime or during the daytime. And when we consider the night time, the sound decibels or the sound range should be 35 to 40 decibels. So this is the standard for the noise level around or the surroundings of the hospital area. So then coming to the aspect of operation theater, so here we can see the size of the operation theater or the area of that operation theater. It all depends upon what type of operations are done there, what type of equipments are required for performing such kind of operations. So the size and the area depends upon those factors. So in general, if we can say, the area of the operation theater can be from 20 meter square to 30 meter square. So it is a general aspect. So then coming to the next public building, that is the office. So office can be of different type. It can be private office or it can be a government office. So in the same way, the private office, they may have some different type of functioning. They may have different type of work that is done in that office. And the government office, it may function differently. The type of works that are done in government office, it may differ from the private office. So then we can see the first topic that we consider here in the planning of the office, the entrance part. So here what happens is, if we consider a whole building, if we consider that whole building to be one single office, okay, so then the type of entrance it is going to change. If the whole building is not a single office, if in one particular building, so office is one part of that building on one particular floor, and there are some other commercial establishments also in that building, then the entrance will obviously vary. So if you are having a single office, a single building for office, so that standard width, you can see up to 2 meter to 4 meter width can be provided if it is a single office. For security point, so it is 2 to 4 meter. So if it is not a single office building, if it is, that building is housing other commercial establishments also. So if it is like, if you are having a furniture store in that particular building, if you are having any machinery shop in that particular building, so to bring those materials connected to that furniture shop, or to bring the materials that is connected with that machine shop or machine store, we can say, so the width should be more. It is obvious that the width should be more. So according to that, the width of that building should be planned. Okay, so this is about the entrance width of the office. So then moving on to the next part, the corridors. So the corridors are the passages, okay, wherein we can freely move. So these corridors are very important with respect to the well ventilation area, well lighting area, etc. So here you can see the corridor or the passage that can be given is at least of 1.8 meter width. So this passage width or the corridor width is standardized as 1.8 meter, and this is a minimum value, and up to 3 meter width can be given for a passage or a corridor. And it is better if you are going to give a central corridor. Central corridor means the corridor or the passage which becomes the dividing path for two separate components of a building. That is, if there is a central passage between the two rooms, so that is called as the central corridor. Okay, so this will be working out economical for us. A central corridor will be working economically with respect to the funds. And also, how should be the requirements of this corridor? So the corridor should be having good lighting facility. Okay, either it can be given lighting facility, or in a natural way the building should be designed in a natural way such that during the daytime there is a good inflow of natural sunlight, and also there should be good ventilation. So that passage should not be too less width, or it should not be having too less width such that no air passes within that. It should not be like that. So care should be taken that there is good flow of air in that passage, as well as good inflow of the sun rays into the passage. Or if it is not possible like that, at least by artificial means good ventilation and good lighting facility should be provided. Then coming to the sanitary units, or we can say the toilet and the bathroom block. So this sanitary block should be provided separately for male and female, and also should be, one thing should be kept in mind is that for each floor the washroom or the toilet of men and women should be given. Okay, so these are the different topics, or these are the different aspects of the planning of the office. Thank you.